Someone posted, it was interesting. They said getting sick of cooking the same shit over and over again in quarantine. So it's a mom with twins, friend of mine, and she said, "I have a shit ton of ground beef. Any ideas?" Um, are you guys starting to get to the end of your rope? I don't order out that much, and I know I should. Having living in the city, I should support some of the local businesses, but I'm like digging deep into the interweb of what I need. I'm trying to cook.
Yeah, I think we've kind of gone off the rails a little bit, but not too bad. Plus, like, I can eat tacos all the time, so
As
you just make up a fucking pound of ground beef. I'll hammer out that pound of ground beef and tacos throughout like the week. You
right.
know what I mean? So yeah, I don't really have any issues with that. But yeah, we actually bought a grill, which is nice.
Mm.
Yeah, because we didn't have one. The little shitty one we had at the old house was kind of crappy, so we ditched it. Uh, so yeah, grilled meats on deck.
I'll come to your I'll come over the fence and you just flick little fillets over, little
There you
like little beef tips.
There you go. I got you, bro.
No, I think we actually got more creative since we were. I think we were so scared that food was going to go away. Which I think I had this thought too early. Not all foods. I'm saying like meats and stuff, right? So like I stocked up on just chicken and beef and stuff, and I put it in the freezer. And so now I've had to come up with creative ways to just how am I going to cook this? And because I just bought shit that I would never buy, like chicken thighs and crap like that. And then something that I've discovered that I will now take with me in perpetuity. They make like this. They come in this big sleeve of cans of chicken. It's like tuna, but it's chicken in a can.
I've seen
and it works perfect with like the hamburger helper, like chicken helper style stuff. And I know this isn't exactly like
cool.
This is straight from the kitchen of Chef Boyardee. but no, like I've discovered ways of doing things. I've started making my own fried rice, just random shit like that. So it's actually been kind of a godsend. I've actually eaten more of a variety of foods now than I had previously because we were just doing the same 5 days worth of stuff, and now we're really mixing it up. And I've discovered that Spam is just a 1980s comedian joke. It's actually a delightful canned product.
Dude, a Spam fried egg cheese sandwich in the morning is delicious. But my freshly waxed nipples and my heart skipped a beat. That you saying you would never have or never thought to buy chicken thighs?
Yeah, no, I mean I've always gone with like the tits of the legs. Like I never thought about going for the thighs.
Yeah, thigh guy either. So I feel you.
Really? God, man, thighs numero uno, man. They're fattier, they're tenderier, juicier.
I'm not a dark meat chicken kind of guy. I don't know. It grosses me out. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like chicken's fucking disgusting. Let's get that out of the way. Chickens are disgusting fucking animals. Is what I mean by that. So, but like, there's just something about dark meat that fucking creeps me out. It just feels dirtier. Which I mean, it's delicious. It's chicken. It's not that I haven't eaten it. It's just a preference.
No, it does. It leaves like a greasy film in your mouth. But
yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay sometimes. No, but I feel like I've actually gone a little off the, my food reservation to just to make some dishes because again we're scared that we're gonna run out of like normal foods. And that first like week, like the shelves were so bare that we just bought like, wow, we'll just buy this instead, I guess. And so we've just gone from there. But yeah, it's been an interesting experiment.
Have you guys heard? I think it started with Smithfield, because I think it's Sioux Falls, Iowa, or Sioux City, Iowa. One of the major plants there had to shut down, and now they're talking about some sort of kind of like meat shortage that could potentially happen. Have you heard of this?
Heard about it. I haven't read too much on it though. But
so it all kind of revolves around these like the proximity in which people work, the necessary safety precautions that have to be taken that they may or may not be getting, and whether or not it's just like a detriment to their health and our health. Because I mean, we're consumers, we're eating this shit. I don't necessarily know like what the statistics are, what the probability is of like contaminated meat that's touched. But I don't know. When I hear meat shortage, my freshly waxed nipples become erect.
Yeah, no, that scares me too. And because of my ties to lower Delaware, I do have a little bit of insight on this. Like one of the chicken plants down there, some folks got sick. They got the COVID, and so they all had to quarantine. So that plant had to shut down. Well, what happens when one plant shuts down? There is a chicken apocalypse that happens on a daily basis. And if there's nobody to process those chickens, apparently the farmers have to like euthanize all these chickens and just kill them all. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're out of the supply line, and then there's nobody to process the actual chickens. And then the restaurants are down so that they're not selling as many chickens, so there's less to process any which way. And it's just a vicious cycle. And so it's not economically feasible for them to keep the plant open, so they'll shut it down, and then you're getting less food coming to the store. People don't realize how fragile these like economic ecosystems really are, and keeping this fucker shut down, I mean, it's not bad right now, but give it another month and we're up shit creek, man.
Yeah, I think I saw another one too where the Belgian government was encouraging. So one of the delectable dishes of Belgium, of the many dishes that they have, one's like a French fry thing. You get French fries in a container with certain frites with gravy and mustard and things poured on them. And they said on average people eat one of these a week, and the government is encouraging people to double that to keep up with the potato supply. That way they don't have to chuck and get rid of too many of these processed or potatoes that were planted and processed. I mean, I would have no problem doing that. I don't know. What the hell's wrong with these Belgians? Once a week? Oh.
Once a week, silly Europeans not eating fried food fucking 3 times a day. What is this?
I know. Well, their hearts aren't exploding on a daily basis like American hearts, so that might have something to do with it.
They fucking ride bicycles around instead of fucking cars. It's ridiculous.
Assholes.